Hey, so today I want to talk about something kind of a little bit more personal when it comes to being a YouTuber. If you followed my channel, you know that I like to do this occasionally and update you on my life. Just a little bit. You know, you can't veer too much into this very special life. What the fuck am I saying? The point is, I do want to talk a little bit seriously about some stuff and about how you shouldn't let yourself as a YouTuber get consumed by it, if that makes any sense. A lot of people complain about having this thing called burnout. You probably know what that is. It's basically when you work too hard. And it can happen to artists a lot of the time, YouTubers and that kind of thing. I consider YouTube being an art form, making videos and stuff. It's a creative thing. I think what I do here should be considered art. Hopefully you do too. If you think that sounds ridiculous, cool, I don't know. That's what I think. But the point is, I've been a victim of it numerous times, I think, on separate occasions, but I am really starting to promise myself, and I've really been thinking about making some changes, not to the YouTube channel exactly, but more so just to my life. In that I want to be less obsessed with needing to get views, less obsessed with needing to be productive and needing to get a video done this weekend, needing to, just basically not letting myself live because I had to dedicate time and time to creating YouTube videos, which is what I've done in the past. And it sounds ridiculous. It's honestly embarrassing saying it because my channel's still quite small. You know, I've only got 2,000 subscribers, not followers. 2,000 subbies under my belt. That's all I've got. That's not bad. I'm proud of that. And it is a lot of people. You think about them in one room, that's a lot of people and whatever. But in comparison to the biggest YouTube channels out there, I'm fucking minuscule, of course. But that's kind of the thing that I wanted to talk about, that in the past, I've very, very much been very focused on needing to get stuff done, needing to not be able to stay up late, not be able to go do something this day or that night or whatever, because I need to focus on a video. And I think that's a stupid thing to do that I need to stop doing. It's made me neglect my wife in some ways, and I regret that. It's made me miss out on certain things that would have been good to do, which is just stupid of me to do as well. And I'm still gonna make as much YouTube videos as I have been, I think. Honestly, I'm not planning on making any changes. That's not what this video is about. This isn't about me saying I'm quitting, because I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I still love making videos. I've never hated doing this. I love this. I'm passionate about it. I hope it gets me somewhere one day. But that's the other thing as well. It getting me somewhere one day, me succeeding on this platform, I'm not so dependent on that anymore, I feel like. I've made some changes in my expectations, I feel like. I've been thinking about it lately. And I'm not quite as live or die when it comes to me actually succeeding on the platform. I'm not as obsessed. I'm not as depressed with not gaining the success that rhymes that I want, because I've wanted to make money off of this, of course, and whatever, but not even the money which I pretty much have barely seen any of in my YouTube career. What I'm really more talking about is that a few years ago I was in this really depressing job that I hated very, very much for a time. I was under management that was done very badly, I'll just say. I felt kind of abused in some ways. In some ways, I don't want to be all like, boo-hoo me, but I was pretty depressed for a time. I felt stuck in my job. I never thought that I was going to get out of it. It was this weird night shift job. I literally worked from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. My life was completely upside down. It was dedicated to it. I felt like I had no time outside of it. I felt like I couldn't really do anything on weekends, and it was fucked. It was pretty bad. That wasn't necessarily what was depressing about it, though. I've kind of always had this thing growing up with school and stuff as well, and other jobs that I've had in my early 20s and stuff, where I've just felt stuck. I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and I just was very, very depressed. I never felt like I had enough time. Even though I know probably in comparison I had a lot more freedom than a lot of other people did. I had a lot more free time to do what I wanted to do, but it still never felt like enough. There was always more creative endeavors that I wanted to do that I didn't have time for. But, skip to now, and I'm actually feeling a lot better about it. Like, my job that I have now, it's all right. I don't really have anything to complain about on paper. It's not my passion or whatever, but I'm happy. I'm happier than I used to be. And so I'm not as YouTube used to be a thing where I'm like, if I don't succeed, I'm going to be stuck in this fucking shit forever. Like, that's how it used to be. That's how I used to look at it. But now I'm kind of just like, this is my life. I'm doing what I love to do, doing the YouTube videos. And if it gets me somewhere, that's fantastic. I hope it does. I still strongly hope it does. I would love this to be my full-time job one day. I would love to succeed in that kind of way on this, from this YouTube channel. But I'm not necessarily expecting it anymore, and I'm not necessarily dependent on it anymore. It's not a thing that's going to crush me so much as it used to feel, if that makes any sense. Still gonna try, I'm still gonna keep everything up to spec, try and be all professional and stuff as much as I can be anyway. When it comes to the YouTube channel, you know, I think I have a certain quality to my videos that I try to keep up. They're not all absolute bangers or whatever. Some of them I just knock them out. If a new movie comes out, I try and get it up quick. Maybe it won't be quite as polished, but I think everything I put up is, I'm not just chucking up shit. It takes time and I love what I do and I want to be proud of all the work that I put up here. And so I am going to keep that up for sure. And I'm going to try and be posting one video each week like I have been. That's not going to change. I'm still doing that. And I don't know if I've talked about my process on YouTube before, but as of recording right now, I've completed my next 8 or so videos. They are all complete, ready to go. I'm just not uploading them yet. And I like to keep myself ahead like that, just in case something comes up and I can't edit and whatever, I can't make a video. I like to put myself ahead and just give myself that assurance. So that's just kind of part of my process. And so yeah, that's not really gonna change. I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna probably try and do a whole video every weekend, maybe, if I can. But if I can't, that's the thing I want to change. I want to change my mentality when it comes to my obsession with absolutely needing to do that. Because yeah, that's how I've been for a long time, where I would freak out. I would freak out if I couldn't finish something on one weekend, or if I, you know, that kind of stuff. It was all about being productive. But I think I need to be less obsessed with that, and I need to just go with the flow, baby. It's got to be natural. I got to work when I say work on YouTube videos, I've got to do that when I have the time, and when I don't, it doesn't have to be absolutely disastrous, I suppose is what I'm saying. And so I think this is a good thing. I think this is a good mentality to get into, and it's something that I think will make me happier, because I'm not going to be as angry. I think I've been angry, honestly. Like, I know I don't look it on camera, I'm always smiling, I'm always joking and all that kind of shit, but I have been angry for a long time, and there's still a part of me in there that can be, but I've been angry and jealous of other YouTube channels. That's a huge thing that I've been thinking about just all the time, comparing myself, thinking, why is this channel who's not producing that good content? Like, it's all right, but it's whatever. Why are they succeeding and I'm not? A big part of it's luck, a big part of it's timing, a big part of it's knowing people, a big part of it is collabing with those people, knowing how to do like the SEO behind the scenes stuff, knowing how to do the clickbait stuff with the thumbnails. Like, that's another thing, the thumbnails, right? I think my thumbnails are actually good. I think my thumbnails are fantastic, if I'm being honest, but I think they're too fantastic. They look too professional, and they kind of like, I think anyway, maybe that sounds like a complete joke, I don't know. I think that they blend too much into all of the really, like, I don't know, what are they called? Screen Rant and all those like big company YouTube channels, Watch Mojo and whatever, just like all of those ones. I feel like a lot of my thumbnails like blend into the very polished looking thumbnails, and that's not necessarily what attracts people sometimes. I think it's more meme-y looking stupid videos that have good clickbait, have a good kind of hook, you know, with a good question, with that kind of thing, or things like that. And I think I need to get better at that. That's one thing that I want to try and improve on. I just think my thumbnails are too glossy and too literal. They tell you exactly what they are. Like, it's just a movie review, but I'm not necessarily making you question something, if that makes sense. And I want to try and get better at that. Let me know if you think I'm right, or if you think my thumbnails are good, like as are, and I should just keep doing them like that. Because I do have kind of a theme going on. They have the red and everything. Anyway, this is just fucking thumbnail talk. Sorry if this is completely boring, but I don't know. I'm just talking about my YouTube channel a little bit, okay? It came to mind. Thumbnails are an important aspect to a YouTube channel, so it felt relevant. Okay? So I'm talking about it. The point is, I want to give myself more time to just live. I want to give myself more time to just relax. That's another thing as well, because often I have on weekends just edited, shot videos, whatever, all that kind of stuff, and not really given myself time to just play a video game or do some other stuff like that, do something with my wife, do whatever it is, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, sometimes I don't even give myself time to watch movies, which sounds ridiculous because I'm the movie guy, you know, like that's what some people know me as anyway. Like, I'm very into movies, and sometimes I'm like, watching that movie is going to feel like a waste of time because I'm not going to be editing this video. And so I don't see everything, which is depressing. I think that's shit. I think I should see everything that I want to see. I do see everything that I'm passionate about, but there are just certain things I miss out on because I'm like, nah, I don't have time for that right now. I gotta edit. And sometimes I want to let myself just do shit. I will do fun shit, do life stuff. You know what I mean? That I haven't always done. Things have always felt very dramatic in my life, I guess. I've always been very like within myself, I've always been very, this matters, this is very important. And it does matter. The YouTube channel matters, and doing all this stuff very much matters to me. But I just also want to have a bit of a better balance than I've had in the past, I guess. And yeah, this also all goes into the job stuff like I was talking about. I'm happy where I am with my job at the moment, like my not YouTube job. Not like I had been before. Like I remember when I was in school and when I did have other jobs earlier on, I remember dreading tomorrow, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that sounds super dramatic either. It probably does to you, because I know a lot of people just get on with their day and that's that. It's just life, that's what you do, and people accept that. I always had a huge problem with just accepting things as they were. I wanted to do so much more and be so much more. But I think I'm feeling more content with just being who I am, and I don't know, liking myself as who I am, I suppose. And I'm trying to just be more okay with just being the guy who will go see a movie on that day, not edit a video, and just not even make a video on it. Sometimes I want to see movies and not feel obligated to make content about it. I know that there's more of an increase in demand all the time for having to make more and more content from a lot of channels and other platforms like TikTok and stuff. People always need to be making more and more and more and more. And that's why you get people who just live stream and there's no actual concept to their live stream. They just chuck up whatever the fuck they're doing and they're like, yeah, look at me, here I am, it's content. Because a lot of the time with the algorithm and stuff, it doesn't even matter what you're putting up, as long as you're putting stuff up. So I hear. It's also good to be consistent though, thematically. So it's a whole fucking thing. I don't know. But but the point that I was trying to get at just before, that I kind of just veered off track for a second, is that I remember being a kid and being in school and dreading the next day. Like I would not want to go to sleep because it depressed me thinking about the next day and being stuck doing the thing that I didn't want to do and being just completely unhappy, just feeling like I wasn't free. And then that just got worse and worse as I got into my early 20s and I got stuck in dead end shitty just warehouse jobs and whatever and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't know what direction to go in. I don't know if you know this, my subscribers, but I didn't go to uni or college, as some people would say. And yeah, I don't know, I haven't had the most direction in life, I suppose you can say, but I also never really wanted to. I never wanted to conform to that. I didn't want to do what was expected, and I wanted to be an artist. That was really the big driving thing that I always wanted to do, art and in any of its forms. I used to draw a lot when I was younger, not so much nowadays, but I mean to more. But yeah, YouTube is now the focus. That is the art that I create today, I like to think. And I guess I'm just saying that I'm happier with that. I'm happier with just making these videos for myself. More than anything, I make them for myself so I can look back on them, know that I was doing something worthy of doing, I suppose. And knowing that I am not dreading tomorrow all the time anymore. I can spend a Sunday not just feeling like, oh god, it's the end of the weekend. Like that stuff doesn't feel as bad as it used to anymore. I'm just like, I don't know, maybe that's part of growing up. I'm not so sure. I don't know. Maybe I've just changed my mentality. Maybe I just got lucky. Maybe the job just is better than the previous jobs were. I don't know. Point is, gonna live more. Gonna experience more, I hope. Because I want to do that stuff for myself and for my wife as well, because I do feel like I've made her feel like she can't do things with me. I've made her feel like she can't, I don't know. There's an expectation where you gotta leave me alone because I gotta do videos, you know? Like there's a bit of a like, fuck off, I'm busy. And I hate that. I'm not proud of that. So I like that we both have our own creative endeavors. If you don't know, she runs her own small business called Burn the Wick Candle Co. And I love that, like, she does stuff that I would not be able to do at all. Like, she's just a very smart, capable person who figures things out for herself in ways that I can't do. Like, there are so many things for this YouTube channel I want to figure out and get better at and be able to do. But I haven't looked that stuff up because I've just wanted to be productive. I've wanted to roll out another video. Let's go. I don't have time to learn new shit. You know, I want to figure out how to have the Chris Stuckman style blue lights on the shelves up here. I would like to do that kind of thing, change things up just a little bit. And I know it's kind of a rip-off of Chris Stuckman a little bit. It doesn't have to be blue. But I would like to get better at changing things up, changing my lighting, changing certain things like that. I feel like I do this all the time, right? But I do the same thing. I don't really fuck around with my, settings and stuff. I don't fuck around with the microphone. I leave everything as is. And maybe that makes the videos all feel the same. Maybe that's not even the point. Maybe the point is that I just need to be more familiar with the different settings. I need to know what certain things are. You know what I mean? I need to just know my shit better. I think I do. I think I need to improve on that. And I think I need to learn about YouTube a little bit more. And I'm gonna aim to do that a bit more. I also want to write more videos, because in the past I've always kind of went on to make a video and I just want to shoot it. I just want to shoot it now and not have to rehearse, not have to, you know, not have to write it down or anything, and avoid all that shit, because that always seemed like a waste of time. But I think that that is dumb, because I think that I need to spend more time writing, actually, because when I write, like, I'm a better writer than I am a speaker. I can phrase things exactly how I want them to be said when I'm writing. It does make filming harder though, because I feel like I have to look at the screen and I forget what I'm going to say, and I want every word to be word for word verbatim from what I've written. And that can be a challenge as well. And sometimes you just got to go off the fly and say what comes off as more natural. But I think I need to get better at knowing what the best style for me is, because I've been doing this for 6 years or so, since 2016. And I feel like I still don't know what the best way for me to do it is. I feel like I don't know if just coming off the fly and saying whatever comes is the best way, or if I should write everything strictly, or if I should just write dot points, or what. I don't know what the best way for me to do it is. And I think what I need to do is look at my previous videos and kind of note down how I prepped those ones, and then note down which ones I think worked better for that, if that makes any sense. That's kind of a me thing. None of that really has anything to do with you, but that's something that I think that I should be doing. I just think that I should be doing more behind the scenes stuff, and I should be focusing more on improvement rather than just staying where I am, and being as productive as possible. Maybe I'll miss a week sometimes because of it, you know, when it comes to a video, when it comes to an upload. Maybe I'll fall behind on some things. Maybe I won't get time to review the latest release, the horror movie release or whatever, because that's usually what I try and focus on. But that'll be that, if that's the case. But like I said, I always try and keep ahead. I always try and have that assurance. And so if I want to spend a weekend writing a video and I never even get to the next step, I never film, I never start the edit, and that can be for next week. If I just write something, that's not a waste of time. I need to change my mentality there as well. Everything is part of the process. It's just that when I'm only writing and I don't get to any next step, I feel like I'm like, fuck, I haven't even started. What the fuck did I do all that time? Does that make sense? Like, when I'm writing, I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere, but I've got to change that mentality, and I've got to think of writing as being just as fundamental as the filming, if it's for a video that I'm planning to write anyway, because like I said, I don't write for every video, but that's the point as well, right? Like, I need to think about each step being as important as each other, rather than feeling like, I got to do this because I got to get to the next thing, because I got to finish a video right now. I got to finish a video today, because I put that pressure on myself, and I need to not do that, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. This probably all sounds dumb, because like I said, it's a small channel and I really shouldn't be thinking about it this harshly, I suppose, but I do. And I kind of think if you want to get anywhere on this platform or any other like it, you do have to think about it as being important. You do have to think about it as a job. And I do, and I still want to, but I just want it to be less ever consuming, if that makes any sense. And I think I'm getting there. I think I'm feeling a bit better in those sorts of ways. Like, yeah, the last few weeks and stuff, I have been focusing on some different stuff lately. I've still been making videos, of course, but it's just a bit different. My mentality is just a bit different. Don't let YouTube be a prison. That's the title for this video, probably. And it applies to me. I'm talking to myself more so than anyone, to be honest, but I'm gonna try to balance things out a bit better. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say. I don't know, this was really rambling. Sorry if this was kind of a shitty video. Maybe they all are, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna get out of here now. I'm gonna skedaddle, and you are gonna click like and do the things. You're gonna do all the YouTube things. Comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I'm outie. I'm gonna go. So goodbye.